Hello, my little buddies. Here's your science tutor, Nishat. Oops, it's so dark here. Well, I cannot see anything. Oof, thank God, we are back. Hey, wait a second. Right now, I can see everything around. But why wasn't I able to see anything just few seconds back? Well, I think that is because of light. And that is what we are going to study about today. So what is this light? Light is something that allows us to see everything around us. It is a form of energy that helps us to see the things around. In fact, there would be no sight without light. We cannot see anything without light. Suppose you enter a dark room. Possibly you would see nothing, right? But the moment you put the switch on, there you go. Everything is visible to you. That's how the light is important to us. So the light is a form of energy that helps us to see the things around. Where does this light come from? Who gives us this light? Well, there are certain objects such as the bulb, the tube light, the flame of a candle, the sun. All this give us the light. And such objects that produce the light of their own are called as the luminous objects. All these, the sun, the tube light, the bulb, the flame of a candle, are examples for luminous objects. Now, rest all the other things. You, me, the ball, the bat, the table, the chair, the pen, the wall, all are non-luminous since we cannot produce the light of our own. You get that? Well, there are certain creatures, the living creatures in the world that produce the light of their own. Wanna see some of them? Here you go. Wow, aren't these creatures super duper amazing? Yeah. Well, let's get back. Children, there are objects that can be classified based on their transparency, such as the transparent objects, the translucent objects, and the opaque objects. So let us study one by one what are these. Firstly, the transparent objects. The objects through which we can see clearly, and the objects that allow the light to pass through it are called as the transparent objects. For example, the air, water, glass, polythene sheets, etc. are all transparent. Now, translucent objects. The objects through which we cannot see clearly and that allows only the light to pass through it partially are called as the translucent objects. For example, the butter paper, greasing paper, frosted glass, etc. Now, the opaque objects. The objects through which we cannot see anything and that do not allow the light to pass through it are called as the opaque objects. For example, you, me, the wall, the building, the food, the cat, ball, bat, table are all opaque since we do not allow the light to pass through us. Now, to understand the concept of transparency, let us perform a simple activity. I've made a setup here where I've placed one screen. I have few objects here and I have a source of light. Now let's check the transparency of these objects. Firstly, I have this polythene sheet in my hand and through which I can see everything very clearly. Now let's check if this allows the light to pass through it. So I'll place this in front of this screen. Yes, it is allowing the light to pass through it. See, you can see that the light has reached the screen. Now such an object is called as the transparent object. Now let's check the other object. I have a butter paper here? Well, I cannot see clearly through this paper. Let's check if this allows the light to pass through it. So I'll place it before the screen. And I'll allow the light. Well, this object is not allowing the light to pass through it completely. Now such an object is called as the translucent object. Next, I have another object, that is a card sheet. Well, I cannot see anything through this card sheet. Now let's check if this allows the light to pass through it. I'll place it before the screen and then allow the light. Well, you can see that it is not allowing the light to pass through it. You cannot see that the light has crossed and reached the screen. Right? Now such an object which do not allow the light to pass through it and through which we cannot see anything are called as the opaque objects. Hope the concept of transparency was clear to you all by this simple activity. So far children, we have studied about the light, we have seen the luminous and non-luminous objects, and we have also classified the objects based on their transparency. Hope you enjoyed today's session. See you all in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.